There are now hundreds of blockchains out there in the market. So in this video, we're going to take a look at all of them and we're going to rank them by what is the best chain in the market right now based on the fundamental value compared to the value of the token itself right now. So this is time-sensitive information, and this information could change in just a couple of weeks or even months. So if you're watching this and you want to make a educated decision on what token you want to invest in, what blockchain you want to invest in, and if you even want to go deeper and look inside a chain to invest into a token inside that chain, this video will help you basically make that decision what chain is interesting in right now. So anyway, we're looking at three metrics. We're looking at total value locked, which basically just means you calculate all of the different protocols inside that blockchain and you calculate how much value is locked inside those DeFi protocols. And then we're looking at how many stablecoins are inside that ecosystem that also has fundamental value for the chain itself, because if people want to keep stablecoins inside that chain, it means people want to transact through that chain as well. And then of course we're going to take a look at the market cap of the token of the chain itself, and we're going to look at these numbers, how they compare against each other, and then we're going to compare the chains against each other as well. So we're not gonna look at all of the information in the market, we're simply gonna look at these metrics that I've chosen for this video. If you choose different metrics, you will get different answers. But for this video, we're gonna looking at these values here. So first off, this chart we're looking at here, this is actually Solana. And I chose this because Solana had a crazy run up. So I'm quite bearish on the price of Solana just based on the fundamental values as well. Because as you can see, the price of Solana just skyrocketed here from basically $20 to $100, which is the price now. And when you calculate that to the market cap is currently about $40 billion. And previously, you can see the total value locked inside the ecosystem went hand in hand together. But right now you can see there's a gap between the price and the total value locked in the chain. And also the stablecoin value, even though it has been climbing, which I like, the token price just went too high too fast. So for that reason, I'm quite bearish on Solana token as an investment basically. So this is quite interesting because this helps you in many ways. But one thing you have to note here as well is for the Solana chart, you can see that you cannot just look at the charts and think like, okay, this something is valuable or not valuable, because for the Solana, there's one thing that's very bad, which is that the charts are not one-to-one. So the total value locked is basically 1/10 of the scale of the market cap of the token. So these lines here are much lower, or should be much lower than they already are. So for Solana, fundamentally, it looks like trash to me. That's just my opinion based on the fundamentals. And fundamentally, there's much better chains out there. So one chain that I will rank very high at the end of the video is called Arbitrum. And for this chain here, one thing you have to first note is that these lines here, they are basically 1-to-1. So it's not 10-to-1 ratio. That's already one good thing. Another good thing is you can see the total value locked was rising upwards, and you can see the total value of stable coins was rising upwards. And when they were rising upwards, the token price eventually skyrocketed here as well. So the market cap of the token went from basically $1 billion here to now what it is, $2 billion. And fundamentally speaking, this is still a good coin. Just talking fundamentally, I'm not talking about may have extended and technical analysis may point downwards, but fundamentally, when these are 1-to-1, it just means that the token price is quite in a good relation to the amount of stablecoins in the ecosystem, as well as how much total value locked is in different DeFi protocols on that ecosystem. So ARB gets the points for that as well. Now, when we take a look at all of the different chains out there, unfortunately, we do not have all the information of every chain out there because we're looking at the information on DeFi Llama website. So every chain doesn't have correct information here. So these are just estimates that we're looking at. But now let's actually go to the ranking here and rank these chains against each other. So when I was looking at CRO, it looked again like complete trash. You can see the value of stablecoins just went downwards. You can see the total value locked has just dropped and then gone sideways. The price at least has not skyrocketed. Maybe CRO should be above Solana fundamentally, but still it doesn't look good. And again, we're only looking at the chain itself. I'm not talking about the CRO, the crypto.com ecosystem that they have, the application, the debit cards, none of that. We're simply looking at the chain here with this valuation. Next up, we're looking at AVAX or Avalanche. The price skyrocketed, the amount of stablecoins has gone down, and right now, even though these look very close, AVAX actually only has $1 billion worth of stablecoins in the ecosystem, while the token price is valued at $12 billion. And the total value locked is not even increasing. So the charts to me fundamentally just look bad. So AVAX is number 3 here. Then we're looking at Matic. Matic, again, there's a ratio about 5-1 here. So the total market cap is about 5 times higher than the stablecoins inside the ecosystem. But at least the amount of stablecoins, even though it had this drop, has now been steadily increasing. So that's why Matic is just a little bit above the others here at the bottom of the list. But total value locked is unfortunately not increasing. So for that reason, Matic is basically at the bottom of the list here as well. Now, BNB, again, stablecoins are going downwards. I don't like that. The price of the token has already climbed upwards, but at least the total value locked has also increased compared to Matic, where total value locked has decreased. So BNB, in my opinion, also just not great investment. Now, Optimism. Optimism, in my opinion, starts to look good already. So here you can see that the amount of total value locked was increasing. You can see stablecoins increasing in the ecosystem, but unfortunately the price already had this big run up to the upside. But at least these are still quite 1-to-1. So when we take a look at Optimism here, you can see that the amount of stablecoins is only $600 million, but the total token market cap is $3 billion. So unfortunately, again, the scale is not 1-to-1, and unfortunately, I cannot change the scale so that they are all in the same scale. So this is a little bit misleading, but anyway, the token went from 1 billion here to now 3 billion. So it's already went up 3x, but the total value locked and the amount of stablecoins in the ecosystem is just not keeping up with the price increase. So fundamentally, Optimism, unfortunately, I would not be interested into investing in this token here fundamentally. Next up is actually Ethereum here. So Ethereum, what we're looking at, the total value locked is increasing, great. Amount of stable coins is increasing, great. The price has already been increasing also, unfortunately. So that gets a little bit of the minus from me. But when we actually take a look at the scale here, for Ethereum, you can see that our Ethereum token market cap is about 300, what is it right now? Specifically, it's $280 billion, but the stable coins in the ecosystem is only 70 billion. So again, the ratio here is about 4-to-1 than it looks on the charts here. But still, at least these are growing to the upside here. So fundamentally, I would give it an okay investment. It's better than the others on this chart that we looked at so far. So Ethereum, it's okay. And at least the token price has not had a crazy run up to the upside. So that's decent at least. Then we're looking at Arbitrum. So Arbitrum is here. In my opinion, Arbitrum looks very, very good, fundamentally speaking. And I'm not talking about anything else except these values here. The market cap, the total value locked, and the stable coin. So I already told you why Arbitrum looks very good to me fundamentally. So Arbitrum gets the next spot on the list. And final coin actually is Tron. And again, I made a video just not too long ago about Tron, but Tron just crushes every other chain based on these metrics. So now let's actually take a look at Tron here. So for Tron, you can see first off, the market cap of the coin itself is only $10 billion, but the amount of stable coins is $50 billion. So we're not like for Solana, we were looking at a ratio of about 10 to 1. For Tron, it is the complete opposite. So we're looking at a ratio of 1 to 5. So the amount of stable coins is 5 times more than is the value of the market cap of the token itself. So fundamentally, this is the best token in the market right now. Just when we look at the amount of stable coins in the ecosystem, and also the total value locked in the ecosystem based on DeFi Llama is about $7.6 billion. So it's not exactly one-to-one with the token itself, but still you can see all of these metrics are climbing to the upside steadily. So that's one of the reasons why I actually just made a video about JST, because I do think that this coin, fundamentally speaking, is in a great position, and the price has not even increased a lot. But these are just my fundamentals. Somebody else might have different fundamentals. And also, if we take a look at the Tether website, which is tether.to, and you come to this transparency website here, you can actually confirm that the USDT on the ecosystem is $51 billion on the Tron network, which is more than on Ethereum already. So Tether has a lot of money on Tron, and this could be fake money. Probably is fake money because there's a lot of FUD on Tether, but as of now, you can still trade one Tether with $1. So as long as that is the case, just fundamentally speaking, Tron just crushes these metrics. But if Tether is being caught from this scam, that's of course going to be extremely bad for Tron as well, because the market cap will just completely crash as well if the value of Tethers crash as well. So keep that in mind, that Tether could have some dirty tricks up their sleeve. So I'm just looking at the numbers here. So these are real numbers, but it doesn't mean that there's the actual value behind these numbers. So that's a topic for another video, but this is reality that we're living in right now. Other chains that are not in this list, because there's many chains out there, I just want to point out some of them have missing values. But for a chain which is quite popular or popping off right now, which is Sui, the problem here is that the ratios are just completely off here. So as you can see, the total value locked is increasing. Right now we're looking at $500 million in total value locked. The market cap of the token is $1.6 billion. So this is, as you can see, it's gaining a lot of hype. But the amount of stable coins is only $6 million. So that's 100 times less than the total value locked. So I just cannot value this same as the other chains. So that's why I did not put it in the list. And I don't know much about Sui as a blockchain. I can just see that there's a lot of hype around it right now. Another chain that some of you may be interested in is Cardano, of course. But Cardano, the value of the token itself is already at $20 billion, but there's only $20 million of stable coins inside the Cardano blockchain, and the total value locked is 300 million, which is again it's 1/100th of the value of the token. So the chain itself is pretty much dead compared to the token value. So for that reason, Cardano is basically at the bottom of the list as well. Just want to point this out. But you can, if you want to take a look at these, you can simply select any chain that you want from the list. And some of them unfortunately don't have the information for stable coins. Some of them don't have coins out there like ZK Sync. So for that reason, I didn't put it in this list either. And there are just many reasons why I left out different chains out there. But this is the list that I came up with. Tell me what you think of this, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.